And finally tonight, the Terminator himself, former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, took the stage today at the Aspen Institute's Planet Media Summit to talk about climate change. And NBC's Chase Cain caught up with him for a quick sit-down. He joins us here in the studio. So, Chase, what did Mr. Freeze, I guess, have to say about climate change?
Well, you know, he actually compared it to his days as a bodybuilder and even a personal trainer. He says that climate change is a branding problem. He says, don't even say climate change anymore. He says this should be about pollution, because basically they rebranded bodybuilding and then all of a sudden everybody was on board. He says the same thing should happen with climate change.
Wow. So we should be talking about the negative more than this nebulous kind of scientific term?
I think it's just the thing that we can all relate to. Who likes pollution? Who wants pollution? No one, right? So let's listen to what the governor said.
It was just changing the communication, and that's what we have to do also with the environment. Change the communication, change the way, and give people hope rather than always beating up on people and say, oh, the world is coming to an end, this is terrible. Where's the hope? People work with hope when you say, you can do it.
You can do it, guys.
He's giving you some good advices there. President Trump, I understand, also came up during the conversation. How did that go?
Yeah, you know, it was interesting. He's a Republican, not a huge fan of Trump, it sounds like. But what he really leaned into is he said, you know, he's an action hero, and he's like, let's talk about action. The action on climate change, Gotti, is not in Washington. He says it's at the local level.
We have a president that maybe doesn't believe like what we believe, but that does not mean that we cannot move forward. I think that we can move forward in all of these different areas on a local level, on a statewide level, and we don't need to worry about and use as an excuse, oh, Trump is holding us back. No. He maybe changes some laws and then maybe screw around with some things that can slow us down, but they can never stop us.
I mean, he really says, like, the momentum is kind of locked in here, Gotti. So he's like, basically, like, what's happening in Washington is kind of a distraction. Like, don't take your eye off the ball. Like, focus on what's really happening, what's really important. And that's at the city level, at the state level. Like, that's the place where we're seeing a lot of progress, especially here in the state of California on the West Coast.
Always fascinating to hear from conservative conservationists. And yet, like, I hear his accent. I got to say, like, climate change, great. But what did he say about AI? What did he say about robots in this age of, like, Skynet-ish news going on all the time? Did he talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, God, we were just talking about AI, what, two nights ago, earlier this week, I think, and how AI is really, like, has this huge demand for energy and water, and how that's, of course, going to have an impact on everything. And so I was like, hey, are there some parallels with the plot of the Terminator set in 2029, not that far away, and what's happening here in our lives today? Here's what he said.
I think AI is definitely a threat. And the majority of stuff that you see in Terminator has become a reality. You know, that machines are taking over. And the only thing that hasn't happened yet that happens in Terminator is that they become self-aware.
Can you save us in real life from what we're doing?
I'm working on it every day.
Yeah, so he was the villain in the Terminator, but I was like, listen, real life, can you be the hero here? I mean, he has the Schwarzenegger Climate Initiative. You know, he's giving this talk at USC. He is really pushing for action on pollution, not on climate change.
Dude, I'm sorry. He's pushing for action on pollution, climate change, but, like, he's not pulling plugs on AI, right? Like,
no, and what we edited out.
Him saying that, like, that sounds kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, we edited it out for time, but basically I was just like, well, wait, we're pretty close to them actually being smarter than us, and he was just like, yeah, I mean, like, you could see the real concern that he has on his face. I mean, we talked to this a couple nights ago. Yeah. The demand from power from AI is going to basically nearly double in just the next 5 years. I mean, that's a lot more energy, a lot more electricity we got to produce in a short amount of time. Who knows what that's going to mean?
Yeah, and who knows when they become self-aware. Hopefully he will be back.
Yeah,
Chase Cain.
I think so.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.